I didn't feel like having that discussion without literally being around the team and being around the guys and hearing the situation from, the coaching staff and the GM's perspective. But yeah, I'm blessed to be here, and the opportunity to play here, and I look forward to it.
What is the Taylor and the front office spoken to you about in terms of what they see for your role?
I mean, it's kind of tough, I think we have to just kind of get into training camp first and see, where everybody is and how we compete and play. And hopefully that discussion can be, had throughout training camp in the first couple games. We have the game on Sunday, so it's coming pretty fast, but I think we have to get some practices and a couple games under our belt to kind of figure it out. And I think this is the year where we're trying to figure things out for sure.
Have you had a chance to play pickup with the guys?
Oh,
A
yeah.
little bit about the chemistry. Do you see any chemistry?
For sure. It's kind of, I'd say, like raw pickup. We're at the moment where we haven't really introduced too many things that we want to do or how we exactly want to play. But coach has done a good job of having us prepared to play a pickup, kind of in the sense of the offense being faster paced. And it's really good, man. It's really dope to see so many guys being here. I think I've been in situations where I've been on older teams, so guys kind of trickle in, and we kind of use those first couple of practices to kind of figure it out. But we've had a tremendous number of guys here, maybe only with the exception of a few being here, and it's really cool, man, even to see the guys that played in FIBA and their experiences. So it's huge, and it's cool to be with the young guys that can play all day. So
I was going to say, is that like inspirational to you? Give you a little bit more?
For sure. It's definitely dope when you got guys that are like kind of tired and you're like, hey, we can play a couple more for sure. So, it's fun. It's basketball. It's the thing that we love to do, and we enjoy it.
What's it like being in this role now as kind of more of the veteran guy around such a young group of guys?
Yeah, it's different. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of saw that in my last place of where I was and trying to figure it out. But now we're in a situation where, been competing against Jay, been competing against Jonas, and to have those guys here and be a part of a core of veteran guys, even Kyle. I've been playing against Kyle since he was in college. And so it's really cool, to see that you got the young guys, you got Jaren, you got Ja, you got those guys coming in, you got Grayson, Tyus, which I still figure is like a young guy in his own. But it's cool, man. It's another boost of energy, and it gives you an opportunity to go out there and do things the right way for them to learn from.
Is there a generation difference at all, like maybe music or pop culture or anything like that?
It's getting there. You definitely see it with Jaren's music selection. It's kind of some guys that you would be like, you now start to understand, like when you have that conversation with your dad of being like, what's that guy's name? And, so we're definitely getting there. One thing that's dope about it is that you never know what you're going to like, so I'm definitely open to, I think Dylan's been the one that's kind of controlling the music for the most part. So it's cool to kind of see what the kids are listening to, or the young guys are listening to, and what's the new hot stuff. And they keep me up to date, some stuff I can take back home and play as well.
What are the kids listening to?
I don't know the names. Luckily it's been a lot of, one thing that's really dope about Dylan is he's playing a lot of the local artists, so that's really been really dope to experience that and to see him embrace the city, not just from playing and putting the jersey on, but also, the music and the stuff that goes on around the city as well.
Did you ever envision, you said that maybe one day, you've played in several teams, did you ever thought, I might be in Memphis one day, and now that you're here, it's like, what is it about this place?
Yeah, for sure. I think I had an opportunity when I was a free agent. It kind of came down between a couple teams, and Memphis was one of those teams that I had an opportunity to come and play for. And now I'm here. And that gives you a sense of not comfortability, but familiarity with, this is a situation where I was wanted before, so it's not like you're just going into it blindly. And I have family out here, so that kind of adds to it as well as being in a situation where you're not only experiencing a new team and organization, but I have a chance to also be around my family and strengthen those bonds as well.
Where are they?
North Memphis.
North
Yeah.
Memphis. Oh, hard, yeah. Watch out.
Saw that a lot's been made about Ja and Triple J and the excitement level that they may bring. You seeing them and being a part of are you pretty jacked up about how talented these two young guys are?
For sure. You have a chance to, they have a chance to establish themselves, kind of in a situation where you don't want to jump in comparisons and try to, but you look at what Mike Conley and Gasol did, and Zebo and those guys did for Memphis, and they have a chance to leave their own mark. We don't want Ja to be Mike Conley. We want Ja to be the best Ja he could possibly be, and Jaren to be the best Jaren he could be. But it also has an opportunity and a chance to, make a huge impact on what we do here and what we do here for the future. They set that example. I made a joke earlier being, Ja and Jaren can be, turning 24 with 7 years in the league and experience and still be those young guys where they're still getting after it, but they've been around the block. They've done this. They're going in their 4th, 5th media day, and their dreams and aspirations are different than when they first stepped through the door.
How do you personally, knowing that your contract situation, you very easily could be traded with this group being young and all, does that change the way you prepare for the season? Do you how do you approach it mentally?
No, you can't. I think early on in my career, you kind of get caught up by that. I've seen a bunch of guys get caught up in thinking about that, but that's not something I can think about, nor I can control. So I can't be stressing about things that I can't control because it takes from the day-to-day activities that I have to do and the things that I want to accomplish here. And so I just kind of that stuff will happen. It will take care of itself. There's a date and time for all that. The best thing I can do is just show up and work for whoever I'm supposed to work for.
Does the idea of being, like a veteran leader for this group excite you?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, most definitely. Just because of the veteran leadership and stuff that I was able to learn when I came into the league. I had David West, G. Hill, Roy Hibbert, Paul George, Danny Granger, and those guys kind of created a path of being, they were all about business. I think my first year, I love saying that, is that we had like the best record in basketball. And that had nothing to do with, we didn't win a championship, but the ability to go in and day out, every day, and grind it out, and kind of even that same type of mentality, that grit and grind. We wasn't the most beautiful offensive team, but we were that top 2 defensive team, and we was just going to grind it out for the rest of the night. And that kind of established, that winning culture, trying to win and what does it take to win. And that's dope bringing it to young guys because, you can definitely see situations where teams just, forget about winning, or it's not even in their, it's something that's in their rear view and they have other things that they want to worry about.
It hasn't been long, but what's your impression of this overall group so far? And have you been on the team this young with, 2 young players who are probably, the future, but also just now turning 20?
No, I think the closest thing that I've been around a situation like this was like AD. I keep forgetting AD's like 24 years old or something like that. He's young, and so when I was there, he was only like 23 or 22. But that's like 5 years. He already did like 5 years at that time, and that's a similar situation where, you think about these guys in like 5 to 6 years, they're still young. Jaren still be young in 5 years, and like the game that he can reach, this point or whatever it is that he wants to reach, but he has that time. It is different, but the guys here are great, and we have no egos. The locker room's great. Everybody bonds with one another, and still competitive. And you love to see things like that for sure.
You were one of the pioneers of the samurai headband.
It is what it is. I think even early on when we was wearing those, Nike had a problem or NBA had a problem because they didn't have their logo on it. And now you can see that Nike and the NBA, and I think that's what they want to capitalize on that. Why not? This is a business at the end of the day. I do think that they may reintroduce those. I think they have a couple things that they want to do probably and get right with it. But when you have so many guys that kind of embrace that, and then not only that, but you see the culture of kids in high school, kids in college embracing that too. It's no reason why that should be off the table for a long period of time. I think that will be back in some form or fashion.
Out of curiosity, how do you feel about the California rule? I know you were out there.
It's going to take some time. I believe in some capacity that college players should definitely benefit from their name. It is their name, and the colleges do it. I didn't even really think about that growing up playing college basketball when they sell your jersey, but they just don't put your name on it. I mean, that's still your likeness. So we're seeing guys go different routes. We're playing against a team, the Breakers, where they have a young kid in R.J. Hampton who made his own decision. Another guy, LaMelo Ball, out there. And I think we'll start to see, David West is a guy who has the HB League. And that's a league where guys can still go take college classes, but still also, you know, retain the rights to their name. So I think if the NCAA doesn't want to change their rules, I just think that other forms of fashion of places that kids can go will start to create themselves.
Do you think that's beneficial for a guy like RJ to go the path that he's gone?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, most definitely. He's playing against pros. I think LaMelo had a wake-up call in last game when he played against a guy that's been a pro, who played for Brazil and FIBA. You know, you're playing against grown men. And I don't, there's not too many other sports, other than like football, because that's a really contact sport. But if you look at football or soccer, where they have academies and there's a kid who's playing for like Barcelona who's 16 years old. Instead of delaying his progress and, making him do this, hey, why not come and be a professional athlete? Luis Scola, who's I think like number 2 in FIBA scoring, he's been a pro since he was like 16 years old, and he's still able to do it because he learned how to be a pro at a young age, and being a pro is like second nature to him. So I think we have to embrace that, just the way we embrace anybody else that want to pursue anything else. I had a class with a young lady who was like, when I was in the 7th grade, she was in like in the 4th grade. We don't stop that. We don't tell her that she has to just do 4th grade classes. We actually, we want that. We want her to be able to pursue whatever it is that she wants to pursue, and I think the same should be with sports.
Anything else?
That's great.
All right.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Good luck.
Thank you.